All right, let's talk about something really powerful, getting complete and total control over your emotional state. I'm talking about building a mind that is just unshakable. Nothing can touch it.
You know this feeling, right? It's that constant nagging fight against chaos. You're always overthinking things, and you feel like you're just one wrong comment away from, well, losing it. Man, that is just an exhausting way to go through life.
But what if you could just walk through all of that completely unfazed? Seriously, just take a second and picture it. No more snapping, no more knee-jerk reactions, just this core of calm, steady control, no matter what the world throws your way. Now that is the goal we're shooting for here.
So let's get into it. You see, every single time you have that knee-jerk reaction to a small setback or some annoying comment, you're doing something you probably don't even realize. You are literally handing over the remote control to your own mood. It's like you become a puppet, and all these little external things, they're pulling your strings.
And you can really see the difference, right? It's a tale of two minds. On the one hand, you've got the reactive mind. It's a slave to whatever's happening around it. It just gives its power away. But on the other side, the unshaken mind. That's the one that controls its own inner world. It owns its emotions. It's the huge difference between being owned by your feelings and actually owning.
Okay, and here's the key thing to get. The most unshakable people out there, they don't have fewer problems. No way. They've just mastered how they react to them. This isn't about trying to build some perfect problem-free fantasy life. That's impossible. This is all about forging a perfect, controlled response. The real power isn't in avoiding the storm. It's about being the calm right in the middle of it.
So how do we actually get there? How do we find that calm? Well, the key is mastering something we can call the art of indifference. And look, this doesn't mean being cold or heartless. Not at all. Think of it as a powerful, strategic way to protect your inner peace from all the chaos on the outside.
Let's put it this way. Your inner peace, that's sacred ground. Emotional detachment is basically putting up a sign that says do not disturb. It's you making a conscious choice to not let anyone or anything just waltz in and mess things up. You're refusing to hand over the keys to your own happiness to things that are completely outside your control.
And when you really get this down, the benefits are, wow, they're huge. Your inner world turns into this untouchable fortress. You start to have this quiet authority, a confidence that doesn't have to shout to be heard. You stop being a slave to what happens, and you finally become the master of your own experience.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it, like in the real world? Well, now we're going to move from the what to the how, and it all kicks off with one simple but incredibly powerful tactical move, the 5-second pause.
This right here, this is your secret weapon for freedom. So here's how it works. Something happens, that's the stimulus. Could be anything. But instead of just reacting on autopilot like we usually do, you interrupt that instinct. You hit a deliberate pause. And in that tiny little space you've created, you ask yourself two key questions. And only then do you choose how to respond. Your freedom, it lives right there, in that little gap.
All right, so you're in that pause. What's the first question? It's this. Is this situation truly affecting my long-term goals? I mean, really think about it. Most of the stuff that winds us up during the day, traffic, a rude comment from a stranger, it has literally zero impact on the big picture. This one question just snaps you back into perspective.
And then comes the gut check. Question number 2. Is my reaction necessary, or am I just giving away my power for free? Is getting angry or bent out of shape actually going to fix anything, or is it just a complete waste of your energy, a pointless giveaway of your power to something totally insignificant? This question forces you to be intentional, not just reactive.
Okay, let's put this into practice with a big one, failure. When most people face what feels like failure, what do? They internalize it. It becomes an emotion, it's rejection, it's defeat, it's all about me. But with the pause, you get a choice. You can choose to see it as just data, pure information. It's not personal. It's just feedback you can use to learn, adjust your course, and move on with total clarity.
Now, think about this in a social setting. Someone tries to push your buttons, right? They're basically fishing for a reaction. When you pause and you consciously choose not to give them what they want, boom. You've just neutralized their entire game. They're left standing there kind of confused while you walk away with your peace and your dignity 100% intact. You are the one in control.
So, practicing that pause is one piece of the puzzle. But there's another crucial part. It's about actively building the identity of the person you want to be. Think of it like forging mental armor, by consistently visualizing that unshaken version of yourself.
And the results of doing this, they're totally transformative. You'll find your stress levels just start to drop. Your mental clarity goes through the roof. Those challenges that used to feel like the end of the world, suddenly they just look like interesting puzzles to solve. You become this calm, centered person that, honestly, other people can't quite figure out. And there's an incredible strength in that mystery.
And you have to remember this. What you repeatedly play in your mind's eye, your brain starts to believe is reality. It's true. So actually picture yourself walking through your day completely unaffected by all the usual nonsense. Imagine yourself not even flinching under pressure. Rehearse it in your mind over and over, and I promise you, it will become your default setting. All right, so let's bring this all home. Becoming unshaken isn't a one-and-done kind of deal. It's not some destination you just arrive at and then you're set for life. Nope, it's a conscious choice. A choice you have to make moment by moment, every single day.
And forget what you think you know about power. Forget the loud, flashy displays of dominance. Real, true, lasting power, it's quiet. It's an inner stillness. It's a controlled presence that commands respect without ever having to ask for it. You master this, and you really do master the game of life.
And it all begins with one simple, powerful action. Pause. In that little space you create, you recognize your power. And then you choose. And through that daily choice, that daily practice, you become what you've decided to be. Unshaken. So, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Who's in control of your inner state today? Is it you, or is it the world around you? The choice, as always, is yours.